We forced the election. So now he switches to phase 2. Okay, there's an election. So now we're going to tell them they don't have benefits, they don't have that. CUNY guy said, you know what, we can see through that, it's bullshit. So we got through that phase. Now we went to the last phase, their lawyers. The lawyers sent a 3-page document, a brief, which you can go on our website and link onto us at CUNY, where he actually puts it in and tells them, you're nothing more than security guards. It says it right in there. Am I right? Didn't they call you nothing but security guards?
Yeah, all the time.
That's it. Because they know they're trying to keep them from coming out. They're trying to say that if there's security guards, they don't have to be fragmented out of the unit. Okay? So that's their game now. That's their game. They're going to try that game with you guys, but they can't. Let me explain something to you. On January 10th, this year, you were given your own bargaining unit. Okay? All right, let me explain what that means. When Leeba took DP out, the city was pissed at us, and instead of putting in a decision where it said DP should have their own union because they're police officers, the city didn't want to do that. So what the city did was they put people who do police-like functions are entitled to their own representation and separate bargaining. After that happened, we put in papers for TLC, which we got, and they stalled that for 5 years. Okay, so, but what happened was they saw the writing on the wall that I would go around and start grabbing all these groups out. So what they did was they wanted, it's called Local Law 56 law. They wanted to take all 23 titles and put them all in one union and then have a free-for-all. Well, the 8 unions that they were taking these 23 titles out sued and said you can't do that. So the city said, okay, we won't do that, but we have to give them their own bargaining unit. And that's what they did. They gave you your own bargaining unit. They put TLC, DOHMH, Juvenile Justice, HRA, and I think it was DOHMH, yeah. All 6 of those titles into one bargaining unit. And they gave you guys your own bargaining unit. Okay? Now you ask me, how come he hasn't taken you out of your own bargaining unit? Now, it doesn't say that you're entitled to what uniformed services get. All it says is you're entitled to negotiate for it. Now, I don't know if he's talked to any of you, but I've talked to some of the schools talking about, yeah, well, we're gonna negotiate and we're gonna get you some of these things. I'll give you an example. This is what they told DP when we went down. They put on the table 9.5%. That was our first contract. And we said we want clothing allowance at $1,000 and we want a night differential at 10%. They said, okay. So they sat there with a little checklist and they said, okay, you can have the clothing allowance, but it's gonna cost you 3.5%. You're gonna have to get that back out of your raise. You're gonna pay for that clothing allowance. That's how it works. You want night differential? That's going to cost you 5%. Okay, and we wanted one more thing. And I said, well, that's another 4%. I said, we're going to owe you. She goes, yeah, because you're not going to get it. But that's how it works. Negotiations. That's why we went to arbitration. When you go to arbitration, you don't give nothing back. You get what you deserve. It's called comparisons. Okay? First responders. Why you don't have line of duty? DP has it now. If you're a first responder and something happens and by law you have to act and you get hurt, then you should be covered. I'm just, listen. I don't even have to tell you. You know what they tell you. You are first responders. What the hell's going to happen here? You wait for NYP to get here? People be dead, blown up, or whatever. You don't have guns at the exteriors. All your exteriors should have weapons. Because if somebody come here with a gun, wait for NYPD, there'll be like 28,000 people dead by the time they get here. Okay? Same thing for all the other groups. Trust me. Yeah.
But they
Everybody has it.
They want to give us bulletproof vests and they want to give us masks. Like that's going to help us.
And that mask don't work.
But by giving you bulletproof vests, what are they telling you?
The job is dangerous.
The job is dangerous.
Okay. No mask don't work. Put them on anyway. If it wasn't expired, you couldn't put them on.
DHS.
They got new ones now.
Okay.
Is there new ones? They got new
DHS. Same thing with DHS. DHS. I don't even know if y'all know what DHS does. Do you know they have a SWAT team? They have them out there executing warrants for DHS. Okay? They don't have hazard. They don't have hazard bill. They don't have the HAT bill. But the HAT bill is infectious diseases. Okay? You should have it. All you around nothing but germs every day. Okay? DHS says it's so bad. Let me tell you, if you have a chance, because I believe in camaraderie. We did a gala last month, New York City's forgotten. At the Astoria Manor, we had 200 people, DHS members, school safety came, a lot of people. It was a nice, we're gonna have another one. We had a nice night. It went go on the website, you'll see the pictures. It was a black tie affair, everybody dressed up, and people got to meet each other, okay? The DHS, when I went there, one officer said, hey, I take my uniform and I put it in a bag, in a plastic bag, before I even go home. They don't even have shower facilities so they can clean themselves before they go home to their family and bring every disease that the homeless people bring in there. And you can sit on a line and see them like, really. And Randall's Gay, which is on Ward's Island, 90% of their intake, let me tell you their job, okay? Everybody who's at that facility is from Rikers who don't have somewhere to go. When they get out of jail, they're on probation, parole, or whatever, they don't have nowhere to go, they go right there. So basically, DHS is doing correction work. But they're not getting paid. HRA people, 30% of their people, we talk to the captain on public assistance. Okay? So while they stand in line at the facilities, when it's over, then they get online and get this stuff. Hey, come on. Come on.
We can't even get it. And not only that, we're required to.
Well, your union's not getting, listen, it's the same thing.
We have to live within the power.
The more uneducated you are about what's going on, the more control he has over you. That's all we're doing is educating you how this game works.
Right.
Okay? It's all about money to him. All right? I just told you he gets $32 million a year just for your welfare fund.
Wow.
Okay? Your annuity fund, he gets about half of that he's supposed to invest. Then he has a retiree welfare fund that he's getting for all the retiree people that he has to pay the benefits to. Okay? This is how the game works. He wanted to open the Pandora's box because he thinks you're stupid.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yeah.
For him to tell you you're going to lose your benefits, all right, we filed improper practice against him because he can't intimidate you by telling you you're going to lose something that you're entitled to stop you from voting. All we want you to do is vote. I'm not telling you where to vote. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you this right now, when Leeba walks away, no one's coming for you.
Oh, we know.
All right, you stuck with this guy. You know, like today, and he tried to stop here. He called down here and tried to get the permit revoked. Yes, he did. Yeah. Okay. He did. He tried to get the permit revoked because he didn't want me talking to you. So what he did was, instead of coming here, we invited him here.
Yeah.
So this is on camera. We invited him here. He didn't show up. There's any agents here?
The chair's empty.
Oh, okay, it's right there. Okay. No, what he did was he sent out letters telling everybody to come to your building today from noon to 6 to find out about your benefits. Okay? Now he gave you dental, he gave you HealthPlex. Let me tell you something about HealthPlex. Okay? HealthPlex used to have, NYPD used to have HealthPlex. And they no longer have it. There's a reason why. Okay? I'll tell you why. HealthPlex has a bad habit, not that it's illegal, but when you do benefits, they don't have to pay the provider for up to 6 months. So if I go to visit you and you're the dentist, you go, okay, you see me, blah, blah, blah. HealthPlex, by law, don't have to pay you for 6 months, and that's what they do. So what happened was, NYPD used to go in there, and I introduced you to my vice president, Robert Melitech. He used to be with NYPD. They stopped taking it. If you're a dentist, why you want to wait 6 months to get paid? Okay, so that's gone. So that's what you have, and you only have a $2,500 cap. Leeba gives under Aetna, you get it unlimited. You get braces.
We don't get braces.
We give automatic credit. You get a $2,500 automatic credit to pay for your braces. So it means $100 a month comes out. You don't have to fill out Healthcare Plus or whatever. It's already in there. You have a card. You can go anywhere you want. What did he tell you? Oh, it is one of the top ones in the nation, but there's not a lot of providers in New York City. Are you smoking something? You can go anywhere, okay? We also have PPO. So if you live out on the island, or you live upstate in Westchester, and you have your favorite dentist, you go into PPO, okay? Now PPO gives you, that's out of network. PPO gives you $2,500 cap. But say you use your $2,500 cap and now you need braces. Well, guess what? Next month, in 30 days, you can switch to DMO and still get unlimited. Okay? We pay for it, trust me. We pay a lot of money for it. But the city's giving me the money to pay it for you. Okay? We got a $50,000 life insurance policy. That's what you need. Our former vice president for the union passed away, you know, rest his soul, but his wife got a $50,000 check. Not a $7,500 check. He has $32 million, and he can't give you a $50,000 life insurance policy? It's going to the supermarket. I want to shop at Lord & Taylor, or do I want to shop at the 99-cent dollar store? That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. But he attacks my union. I take it personal. Let me tell you something. I built Leeba. I didn't get elected into Leeba. Okay, so I care about Leeba, and I make sure that we're insulated. I have third-party administrators. Okay, and what I mean by that is, you're gonna speak to Aaron Burdett. You're gonna speak to Drew Brown. They handle my benefits. Okay, there's commissions on benefits. The agent who's doing it gets these commissions. I don't touch them. So when I feel Aetna's not doing right by me, goodbye Aetna, I'm going somewhere else. Okay? That was a scandal that the state police had when I was with the troopers. We were all wondering why state police had the worst dental in the damn state. Well, we found out why. The people who was buying the benefits was getting commissions back, and they were taking it, and they were getting the highest commission from the crappiest provider. Okay? They tell you you have a short-term disability program. Has anybody here ever got hurt and got $250 while you were out?
Yeah. Yeah.
They gave you $250 a week?
It's every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks you got $250? How long?
I came back to work maybe for 3 months or something like that.
And that's when they stopped it?
Yeah, I came back to work. They stopped.
Okay. Here's the problem with that. You got $250 every 2 weeks, which is $125 a week. You have to go through their board before you get approved. So if they don't want to approve you, they're not going to approve you. We have a true short-term disability program. Okay? It takes 3 months to kick in, but when it kicks in, you get 65% of your salary for 2 years. And we did that for DEP officers because they had no line of duty. So even if they got hurt on the job, they were covered. And we got guys that have access. And we actually have policy carriers where you say, can I see the policy? Like you had insurance. Before now, he claims that in July you'll have $10,000, and now Colonial is taking it over. He finally admitted insurance costs. But I want to know, out of the $7,500 that he claims he had, anybody ever fill out a beneficiary form?
Nope.
Well, that means, let me tell you why, because it wasn't a policy. They probably just pay it out. If you have a true life insurance policy, you have to sign a beneficiary paper.
Exactly.
Okay? Everybody at DP for Leeba signs a letter saying, I want to give my wife, my kids, whatever. That means it's a true policy.
They recently did that, when they supposedly it's through the job.
Yeah, that's through the job.
And that's another thing. Let's clear that up too, because you heard this one too. You're going to lose your medical.
For 2 years.
You're going to lose your medical for 2 years. I'm sending out a letter, and I will make sure it gets to you. Go on social media, you'll see it. In the letter, you can call Nightcaps. I already called Nightcaps, and I got on them about it. I said, this is wrong. He's telling you you're going to lose your medical for 2 years. It's bullshit. Your medical comes straight from the city of New York. GHI, every year when you do your enrollment, that's not your union. That's the city. The union has nothing to do with your medical. So for him to tell you that is another lie. Another lie. Your pension is with NICES. Okay? Has nothing to do. I can't even talk to you about your pension. I'm going to tell you, call NICES. These are the lies that I'm telling you about. He tells you we don't have an office in the city of New York. Okay, we don't. We don't. All our members work from Yonkers all the way up to Albany. I have an office in Briarcliff, I have an office in Catskills, and we have an office in Pennsylvania because we have Sands Casino. Okay? Why would I put an office in the city to make my members drive all the way down to the city to see me? That don't make no sense. Okay? By the end of this election that's coming up for DHS and them, we will have an office here in the city. That's not, I can go get an office. What am I going to waste money for an office? All right? He talk about he has this big building. Has that building got you any more money in your pocket? Do you sit at the mahogany desk that he sits at?
No.
Okay?
He got a radio show.
He got everything. He got everything. He got everything. You know? I mean,
It's bad when we go to the union hall everybody is represented except for school safety. Not a photo, not a patch, nothing. It's not school safety anywhere.
I mean, you know what? Listen to yourselves. The only thing I need from you is make a change. Listen, if you're not happy with Leeba, you can always go back. See, I don't have nobody protecting me. So I can't go and run and go, oh, tell them not to take my members out. See, let me tell you something. If I was affiliated with AFL-CIO, he would do that. He would call up and he would stop this. I would get a phone call and they would tell me, hey, back off. Okay? All I'm trying to tell you is, there's two things my mother always taught me. Hey, have your word and your integrity. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you come to me, you say, well, like, okay, he says about the educational program. No, we don't have one. The members of DP said we don't need it. And a lot of unions are cutting them out because how many of you actually use it? But if you wanted one, again, I get the same money he gets. I can go get it for you.